This goes through both of them, if I'm lucky. Or it misses both of them. Gain momentum, just each enemy the 5-cell radius by this turn. Okay. Single shots. He hit mark. Alright. Full warning. Oh god! Her. What? She went down from full health? Dude. I'm like, yeah, on this playthrough, I'm gonna use more of the heretical people, and then she just freaking kills herself instantly.
At your beck and call.
What if?
Chaos guides me.
That would pierce through and hit him.
Faith in strike is a prayer. I'm not injured. I'm enraged.
It will reduce to dust. I took care of this one. Indeed.
I bring ruin.
Okay, they got reinforcements.
Pain is
Ow.
but an illusion. Step by step, I lead. Let's see.
I serve the ruinous powers.
As the none can escape the Emperor's judgment. That is not the Emperor's will. This is unacceptable.
Really? Reloading is unacceptable? You had some extra
Ruinous powers.
action points.
A tactically sound approach. Someone else can do this.
Ah, another one is shattered. Let's see.
Point your shield toward that guy.
I'll do it.
At your beck and call.
A wicked. Fate claims another one.
Use the charge just to move.
A genius.
Point shield at him.
The enemies of the Emperor will be
Miss.
undone. As the Emperor eradicated.
Got that one.
I am your doom.
Friggin' Adira just sitting this one out. She's such a punk.
I will do like you reduced to dust.
War is my muse.
That doesn't reach.
Schemes within the schemes. Let's see.
It will be done.
Use a mod for battle speed? No, it's an option in the game settings. You can turn battle speed anywhere from normal up to 500%. And while I do love the animations in this game, I have seen them all for 100 hours already, so I like to turn it up just to play faster. Just grabbing all the loot in the room. An exact replica of the Von Valancius void ship sits on the pedestal. Labels indicate the main compartments and decks of the vessel.
They will see.
The cozy seating area is
yes,
completely destroyed.
indeed.
Pieces of furniture and
They
splinters scattered everywhere, and
will
dark stains
see.
cover the floor and upholstery. Open the door. Logic Abelard.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
Okay, I saw some gloves there. What is that? +3 bonus to tech use. Who has the highest tech use right now? 25, 30, 15, 30. Alright, we'll give them to him for now.
There will be no peace in my wake.
Abelard?
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Restore power supply.
An expected result.
Open the door, logic.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
Abelard tech use.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Okay, I saw a shotgun. And we know our character can use shotguns in one hand. Wait, where did the shield go? Oh, maybe I get that later? Maybe that's not now. Okay, maybe we can't do that immediately. Okay.
In this tapestry
We saw it at
of
character
world,
creation.
I am the rogue thread.
It's funny that I'm on my ship looting cargo and sending it to cargo on my ship. Blow up the door.
I better myself through my service.
Level up. Can you use shotgun and shield? Yeah, it said at character creation on the Arbites that they can use shotguns in one hand, which would imply that they could use it with a shield. But I haven't gotten there yet. Endure, nice. That is a good skill. See, expose weakness, remove all exploits from the target. Let's see, hold on, I need a reminder of this. Exploits on affected enemy. As exploit stack, the attack does more damage. Damage also increases energy each exploit the target. Turns all exploits to target. Expose. Okay. Revel in Slaughter. Remove Winded until the end of combat. Gain the following bonus. Okay. This is another one of the things that she could keep doing to, like, keep building up power in an extended fight.
Patience! My nerves are frayed!
Key. The benches and even the cogitator torn from its proper place are stacked in a rough semblance of a barricade. Okay. Send to cargo. A fallen Stella has blocked the path to the lifts. You will have to look for another way to Edelthard.
An expected result.
A helmet. Let's see. Grants 5% armor. Oh yeah, this bit. The roar of the flames rings in your ears, and the choking smoke makes you cough and gasp for air. You instinctively recoil from the scorching heat, wiping your face. A moment later, a hazy silhouette forms on the raging wall of fire. You are surrounded by ear-splitting noise and screaming, yet you distinctively hear the sound of footsteps. And then, you see the figure walk out of the fire toward you. It is Theodora von Valancius.
Are you lost, my heir?
Her expression is calm, terrifyingly so for someone whose body is engulfed in an inferno. One of her hands is resting on the hilt of her power sword, the other is raised in an inviting gesture.
An apparition. A sorceress. Apparition. Trickery of the warp.
Sister, you will lower your weapon. Threatening the Lord Captain is outrageous.
Despite his commanding tone, Abelard does not sound too confident. He is staring at the rogue trader, and you notice a muscle in his cheek twitching. This is impossible.
I doubt you are aware of the limits of what is possible. For your worldview is but an iota of what a rogue trader knows and sees. But I can tell that you would like me to share that knowledge with you. That power over reality. I can lead you out of these flames, show you a path, rid you of pain, and give you a weapon so that you may defeat your enemies. Decide.
Your mouth begins to salivate. Each word Theodora speaks is like music to your ears. The entity that now dwells in the deepest recesses of your mind is pleading, begging, demanding that you give her an immediate answer, and that answer can be nothing other than acceptance.
Do not listen to this abomination. If there is naught but his light in your heart, if you are resolute in your faith, then step into the flames. The Emperor protects. His faithful will not be deterred by either darkness or deceitful promises. Nor will the fire burn those who carry the torch of faith in their soul.
To the void with you. We need to follow Lady Theodora before we suffocate in this furnace.
The people! The survivors from the middle decks! We must help the crew! Lead them out! Find a way around!
Over the roaring flames, you hear distant sounds. Frightened voices, screams, muffled and distorted, as if there were a body of water between you and them.
Then we'll miss our chance to meet up with Edel. What are we waiting for?
Okay, so... last time I played this, I went to help the people. So I guess I was like iconoclast. And I would like to have a different experience this time. Dogmatic Judge Dredd. Go lawful stupid. What's lawful stupid? Dogmatic? Alright. Heretic's not really suited for Arbites. Yeah, I guess we're Judge Dredd. The Emperor will guide the righteous on their path. Thousands of needles pierce your consciousness but are powerless to stop you. Dogmatic plus 15. You take a step forward and the illusion breaks. A wave of excruciating pain crashes over you and Theodora's voice fades into the firestorm. You hear the voices of your companions calling you from behind and the screams of the weak dying in the inescapable blaze. The weak. Thank you, Smoke Detector. The blinding inferno, the harrowing pyre, the all-consuming storm releases you as you step out, barely able to stay on your feet. The blood is pounding in your ears, drowning out the world around you. Your eyes caked in soot and burnt eyelashes refuse to open. Free from the flames, you take 2 more steps before collapsing to your knees. Shield is clipping. The rush of blood in your temples and the horrible pain all over your scorched body cloud your mind before suddenly retreating, as if driven away by some mighty will. A new strength spreads throughout your veins, and despite the wounds, your body is once more ready for trials and struggle. You open your eyes and see a glow with warm light before you, the Aquila, the sacred symbol of the Imperium. I think it's that symbol there. In the next moment, you're struck with another realization. The repulsive presence, the one that plagued your mind since Voigtvir wounded you, is gone. The fire seems to have burned the entity away without a trace.
Master, can you hear me? Oh, you're alive. Which is more than I was expecting after what you just did.
A familiar voice cuts through the din and the pounding. Seneschal Abelard Orsarian is leaning over you, peering into your face with a look of worry. He notices your gaze and breathes a sigh of relief.
Praise the Emperor. We passed through the flames. How can this be anything but a portent? For so it is said that the Emperor will bless the worthiest and most steadfast in their faith.
Behind Argenta, you see Idira Tlas doubled over a fit of nausea. The rest of the people who are following you have withered away in the fire that continues to rage mere 2 steps away from you. The Emperor protects, Seneschal.
Indeed he does. Huh. If I hadn't seen it myself, I never would have believed.
What happened to Lady Theodora? Did she follow us?
There was no Theodora, witch. It was an illusion, a temptation, a foul taint that tried to lead us astray. But he perceived its true nature.
Is that right, Adepta Sanctimonious? What? We'll just pretend like we didn't see the Lord's Captain standing there in the fire? Abelard, you tell her.
Whatever it was, it matters no longer. Your conduct is bordering on madness, or holiness. A path opened behind you, where one moment there was fire, the next only smoldering embers remain. But what am I saying? My eyes must have deceived me. Too much smoke for my lungs. Truly, would you have received wounds like these if there had been no fire?
The wounds are merely a sign of a trial laudably passed. It is something to be proud of, the same as decorations or badges of honor.
Argenta herself sounds proud, even fervid. Okay, we're going Judge Dredd. Rise and stand tall. No element holds power over the righteous. Even if you were anticipating another wave of pain, it does not come. Your muscles feel strong and your limbs obey you without fail. And yet, deep inside, somewhere next to your heart and stomach, you feel a certain tension akin to that of a taut string. You are at your limit. Be it adrenaline or strength of your faith, it will not carry you much farther.
Did my eyes deceive me? I could swear that I just witnessed you step out of a pillar of fire with the rest following in your wake.
It was the only way. We are here in response to your Vox call.
I did not expect you would make it here in time. After all, the mutiny caught the entire crew off guard, as they were scattered all over the ship. I must say, your wounds...
Look at Ethelthred. Ethelthred does not seem to have changed since you first met, but only at first glance. His face has taken on a strange hue, the skin at his temples appears scaled, and his voice now has an uncanny screeching quality. These are not traces of fatigue and stress. The Psyker's body has begun to mutate, a consequence of contact with the warp. My faith has kept me upright with a weapon in my hand. That is all that matters.
Pray, forgive my insistence. I shall not be the one to doubt the faith of he who has passed the trial by fire. I have gathered everyone who answered the Vox call and was able to hold a weapon. Yet I do not see the Lord Captain or her arch-militant in our midst. We are still receiving messages in her voice, but she is not responding to direct requests. I last saw Lady Theodora on the observation platform. When did you and she part ways?
It was at this very elevator, Master Edelthrad. The Lord Captain, accompanied by the Archmilitant, headed to her chambers to retrieve an item of particular import. After that, all we heard from her were Vox broadcasts.
This is troubling, and the timing is inopportune. I am still receiving fragmentary reports from the breach. Kunrad Voigtveer was spotted there, and even what scant intelligence on his activities I have reminds me of descriptions of sorcerous rituals. If that
Heresy
resorted to witchcraft, we must stop him at once.
I shall go to Theodora's chambers to find her.
A reasonable approach. Take your escort with you. You may be waylaid. Once you have found the Lord Captain, you must beg her to go to the bridge and lead the counterattack. The rogue trader's appearance is sure to fill the defenders' hearts with hope, however frightened or exhausted they may be. Until next we meet, may the Emperor bless your deeds. I shall see you on the field of battle.
Edelthrad salutes you with his weapon and turns to his retinue. So before we go through there, the map shows a loot over here somewhere.
One step at a time.
That.
Makes the madness.
Okay. I do like that the map shows you where loot you missed is. There's something... Is it I don't know if it's possible to get back there. No, that's back through the fire. Okay, so whatever that little creative loot was, missed that one. But try to keep a closer eye on that going forward.
What is that?
Cargo.
Cast your eye there.
Cargo. What's that? Plasma conduits blaze with energy capable of powering a vast void ship. Lexmatic goggles +3 logic. Who has the highest logic? 25, 30, 15, 30. Give it to Abelard for now.
What lies beyond?
I think when we get the Text Priest, he becomes the logic guy. This clearly does not serve as a stateroom. The generators, machines, and crude wall paneling indicate that it is a maintenance module room rather than an area for receiving guests. Lord Captain's quarters. I remember there was a bit of voice acting in this room that we're walking into that really impressed me.
Curiosity sings in my veins.
Theodora von Valancius's body is sprawled on the large blood-drenched desk. The Archmilitant's corpse, still clutching a weapon, is slumped against one of the bulkheads.
Emperor, accept thy faithful souls.
The Sister of Battle surveys the scene, her gaze lingering on the Archmilitant's body.
Lord Captain, I didn't hear a thing. Not a whisper, not a breath. It was so loud. Why didn't I foresee this?
Lord Captain, who would even dare? Unless that rat...
This is the start of the game? Yeah. say nothing.
How could Mort have failed her so terribly? The Arch-Militant was born on a death world. He had lightning-fast reflexes.
This guy just died, and he's like, how did you suck so bad? Did you find out who killed her on your last playthrough? Yeah, I did.
I can look at things in my own way. If you find something that might bear the imprint of the killer, just give it to me, and I'll try to see what secrets it holds.
How did you find the DLC last night? It was so good it made me want to replay the whole game with the DLCs, and now we're here. How long is a playthrough of this? Like 50 to 100 hours? It's long. Examine Theodora's body. You lean closer to the body. The cause of the death is apparent. What ended the Rogue Trader's life was an auto pistol shot, and an extraordinarily accurate one at that. Theodora's face bears an expression of surprise, the last emotions he experienced in life. Something on the floor catches your eye, a heap of blood-spattered parchments and scrolls that must have fallen off the desk. As you lean down for a closer look, you notice something else, small shards of glass scattered on the floor. Inspect the shards. It is difficult to say what exactly was broken. The object fell on the floor, and that is as much as you ascertain. Upon closer examination, the shards appear iridescent rather than completely transparent, as if they had been submerged in promethium. Adira, what do these shards tell you? Oh. Adira, what do these shards tell you?
I see streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights, faces drawing closer. Lady Theodora, and Conrad, and what is that? Ah! Something dark, enormous. Oh, this glass thing was something foul, that's for sure. Tainted witchcraft.
You cannot tell if Argenta's remark is directed at the glass shards or Adira herself. Inspect the papers. Reports, accounts, dispatches. You go over the scrolls till you stumble upon a document starkly different from the rest. Handwritten letters signed with the initials XC, and a seal with a symbol that is vaguely familiar to you. Esteemed Theodora, hang on. A change in circumstances has demanded your immediate assistance in our mutual cause. Forthwith, upon receiving this letter and performing the necessary preparations of the crew, you are to report to the Rycat system. One of my associates, Interrogator Heinrich von Kalox, operates there at the present time. Upon your arrival in the system, you will without delay make contact with him and offer any assistance required of you, after which you will provide him passage on the Furibundus system aboard your ship. On footfall, the interrogator will remove himself from your presence to await further instructions. Anticipating any instructions you may have, I will stress that the nature of Interrogator von Kalox's activities on Rykad Minoris is of no concern to you. If required, von Kalox will himself disclose the details of the mission. May the Emperor's light be with you, XC. Lore Imperium test succeeded, and sends a shiver down your spine. The author of this letter, addressed to Theodore von Valencia, signed it with the seal of one of the Holy Ordos of the Emperor's Inquisition, the secret police of the Imperium that relentlessly hunts heretics, Xenos, and other enemies of humanity. I'm gonna try a different alignment this time. Yeah, chat, I went, what is the one that's like for the people? Is that Iconoclast? Whatever that is, I was that last time. And so I was going to do either heretical or dogmatic, and chat was saying that because I picked Arbites, dogmatic would make the most sense. So I guess we're dogmatic right now. But I will try to see if I could get different party members in the group. Like, for example, she died in the story of my playthrough pretty early last time, so I might try to bring her along farther to see more of her story. If Arbites DLC doesn't let you arrest everything from inanimate objects through planetary governors till Satan, I will be disappointed. Maybe. One of the Twitch drops is handcuffs to restrain people. Adira, would you try touching Theodora? You might be able to see the killer through her eyes.
It doesn't work like that. I can try to read the memories of objects, but dead bodies are a different story. Something like that would require her soul. And after what we saw on the officer's deck, I won't risk searching for it in the warp.
Examine the Arch Militant's body.